That car.
Yeah, so this is a really fun piece here. This is a 1941 Ford Super Deluxe.
Oh.
Classic car, 1941. And the goal of that class, the way that we have the system set up, is so that after the first couple of classes that the students take, they already have the knowledge and the tools that they need to go out into the industry and get a job.
Awesome.
And start making money.
And is this the guard?
Yes, this is the tool guard. It's very important, very important work. He makes sure that all of the tools come back in a timely manner and clean and neat.
Or you will end like him, right?
That's right. He's an example. Yes. Again, you know, this is a vehicle that the school has purchased, and it's a very new vehicle with new technology. It's just to give the students the exposure to what we're seeing in the industry now.
Hi, nice to meet you. Who are you and where are we right now?
My name is Josh Walker. I'm an instructor in the Automotive Technology program here at St. Louis Community College at Forest Park. This is the Transportation Education Center, and it is a state-of-the-art automotive training facility to train technicians that are going to become shop owners or technicians or mechanics working on cars in the field.
That's awesome. And you're a professor. How is it to teach the students?
This is an incredible area to teach in. All of the students want to be here. All the students are engaged. They all love the content. They love learning about engines and wheels and tires. All the students are very engaged. They gain knowledge in their class that they go out and they use in their jobs in the afternoon.
Awesome. And I already got a tour. This is amazing. So you definitely have to continue. Is it unique? Do you know that?
So this one is unique to this area. In this area, in St. Louis area, there are maybe 3 or 4 other automotive training facilities. None of them are state-of-the-art like this. This is just an incredible opportunity for these students to work in an environment that is this technologically advanced. Most metropolitan areas have an automotive training program, at least one, automotive training program. St. Louis, since it's rather large, it has about 3 automotive training programs, and we're one of those. But we have the newest, latest, greatest facility. We're very excited about that.
Awesome. And is it nice to give them your knowledge?
It is. You know, I love, I used to work as a diagnostic technician in an independent repair shop. And so I love telling stories about times that I had successes, times that I had failures. And the students really relate to that while I'm teaching about transmissions class or electrical diagnostics.
Awesome. I know the stories are fun to tell. So what's your favorite car? Most important question to me.
So the most important question, yes, is the favorite car. My favorite car is a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you so much. And now I will get the tour. And so we'll see later. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. So we're at the second part right now. We're going to get a tour. Who are you?
Hey, my name is Juan Contreras. I'm the lab coordinator here at St. Louis Community College Automotive Department. And today we're going to be walking through the building and talking a little bit about our program.
That's awesome. I really look forward for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been here, I was a student here back in 2019 when I graduated, and then I went on to get my bachelor's degree, but I am working here again now, and I have been here for almost a full year, and I love it, and I'm excited to share this building with you guys so you can take a look and see our automotive training here in St. Louis, Missouri.
Awesome, thank you so much. We will walk straight in. So this is the building from the outside. It's brand new, right?
Yeah, brand new. Our open house was July 31st of 2025.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
so
I was also studying here at this college, but I was not in the auto program. So let's just jump in.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much.
So we're gonna make our way to the far side of the building and we'll go ahead and walk through it. And we'll start by showing you our engine lab and our diesel program.
Nice.
So here at the community college, we offer a 2-year program in automotive technology. Now you don't have to do all 2 years. You can do as much or as little as you want, but to get the associate's degree, it would be a full 2 years. And during that time, we'll teach you how to work on vehicles from bumper to bumper. So you'll learn electrical concepts, mechanical concepts, automatic transmission, manual transmission, engines, and engine performance and everything in between.
Nice. So everything, right?
Absolutely. I think, personally, I think one of the best things to learn in a school environment is the electrical side of things, just because of how complicated it can be. And here we have hands-on instructors who can be there to teach you every step of the way.
Yes. So you have always instructors that will show you every step, kind of.
That is correct. Yep. So the instructors will do a lecture and teach in the lab. And then I will come out into the lab and assist people when they're doing the hands-on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very cool.
This is our first stop here. This is our engine lab. It is a dedicated room specifically for rebuilding engines and taking them apart. So basically the way we do it is the students start with a lecture in the morning, starting at about 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And they do a little bit of lecture and theory, and then they come out into the lab and they actually get to take engines apart. They also lay everything out on the table once it's disassembled, identify all the components and make sure that students are comfortable and know what it is they're dealing with. And then we also take measurements. So we do bearing clearing measurements, bore diameter measurements, just compression measurements, just different, all the types of measurements that you would need to do to make sure that an engine is healthy and going back together properly.
Wow, that's so cool. I see a lot of engines here.
Yeah, so right now we are actually in engines class. So if you wanted to walk around and take a look at some of them, we got a lot of parts on the tables. And I actually have a personal project here. This is a BMW N20 engine from a 2013 328i US spec. And this is an engine that I pulled out and am rebuilding it. So.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So is this kind of a side project or is this part of your job?
So it is a side project for me, but I'm having students do the work.
Nice.
So I do have some students that have shown a lot of interest in BMW. I have a big passion for it.
Oh yeah, German cars.
Absolutely. So I have a lot of students who have demonstrated the same passion, and I let them learn and be able to use this as a learning experience, and then we'll actually get to put it into a car and see if our work was successful or not.
That's why this place is so amazing, because you have the chance to get experience here. How is it, do you know how much an associate degree would cost you here?
You know what, I'm not sure exactly on the price, but what I can tell you is that it is so much more affordable than a traditional university or a four-year university, or even a private private school that would teach this. So St. Louis Community College is definitely conscious on affordability, so that as many students can have access to this education and training as possible.
Yes, awesome, thank you. Let's move to the next room.
Absolutely. So next up, we'll head over here to the diesel department. We were talking a little bit about the automotive program, but we also have a diesel technology program, which is its own separate program. And in this program, we train technicians to work on semi-trucks and heavy-duty diesel equipment. Now we do a full range, so we have light duty and heavy duty diesel, but this is it here. So this is our state-of-the-art diesel technology lab. As you can see, we have engine run stands here in the main aisles. These vehicles can just be very large, so it can be hard to get a lot of students around an engine bay for a diesel truck. So we have these run stands out here so that the students can learn diesel engine performance and be able to do hands-on testing without being restricted by the space limitations inside
this engine is almost as big as me.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's a very eye-opening thing a lot of times for people to come in here and see this, just because they don't realize the size of this equipment. You know, it's very large. The transmissions are huge. The engines are huge. They take so much oil, so much fuel to run, and it's incredible.
And how do you make sure that no student is making mistakes?
Yeah, well, making mistakes is definitely part of the process, and sometimes we learn more from the mistakes that are made than from, just kind of going through the motions. But basically the best we can do is make sure that we're teaching students lecture first. You know, we sit down and we talk about what we're going to do. So we tell them this is how we're going to do it. This is what we need. And we also talk about the dangers and the safety aspects of what we need to do.
Nice.
So we give them all the warnings beforehand, and then we come out to the lab and just do the work. And you know, sometimes a bolt breaks or sometimes something happens, but that also happens in real life. So it's part of the training experience to make those mistakes and learn how to correct them.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, especially Germany has some trouble with errors or failures because we say don't do them. And I think that's good that here is a different approach.
Absolutely, absolutely. We gotta be realistic. You know, it's going to happen. So we need to train people how to react to it.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you want to take a look around, we have a brand new Hunter alignment rack here. So this rack lifts the truck up, but it also has an alignment machine which straightens out the wheels and makes sure the alignment is as smooth as possible.
This is so huge. Wow.
And if you want to go underneath it, you know, we definitely can take a
short look
down
before
there.
we go to the next one.
I don't think a lot of people have ever seen under a semi-truck, so I like to show people as often as we can.
Wow. This is impressive, and it's very clean.
Yep.
This is a new truck?
Yeah, this is a brand new truck that the school purchased for educational purposes. So this is upwards of $150,000 unit that the school has invested for the education of students to make sure that the equipment that they're practicing on represents what they will be seeing in the industry.
Yeah.
So
imagine this in Germany, guys. This is awesome. You have a truck to work on that your school bought to train.
And like I mentioned, we also have some lighter duty diesel equipment as well. You know, not everybody's going to go out and work on semi trucks. And there is still a need for lighter duty. So just over here on this side, we have I think it's a 2025 Silverado 2500 HD with the Duramax diesel engine in it here. So that will be this one. Again, you know, this is a vehicle that the school has purchased, and it's a very new vehicle with new technology. And it's just to give the students the exposure to what we're seeing in the industry now as well.
I like that.
Yep.
Awesome. So it's not only old cars, right? It's also the new technology.
Not just the old cars, but later on in our tour, I will show you that we do have a lot of old stuff too, because there is a market for that. There are a lot of older vehicles, and a lot of people aren't doing the training on the older vehicles. They're just keeping it modern. So we like to make sure that we get a good spread of everything. All right. So moving on down the facility here, I'll show you our tools room. So this is our tools and parts department, and this is a majority of what I do. So in this room, we basically rent tools out to students. One of the limitations and obstacles that a student can face in terms of coming to school and learning here is having to purchase tools, and it can be very, very expensive. So what we try to do, and again, we try to limit as many obstacles as we can for people who want to come learn this. So what we do is we lend them a toolbox. So I'll come here and I'll show you the toolboxes. But yeah, basically, the students are able to rent this toolbox, and it has all of the hand tools that you might need: sockets, ratchets, hammer, extensions, you know, chisels, torque wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, and everything in between. And then if something that they need is not in here, we do also have this whole spread of tools. So we have, and the building is so new, so we're still working on labeling and organizing, but you have your engine tools, your gauges and electrical tools, manual transmission, brake tools, steering and suspension, AC equipment in between. So
imagine, So do you know, is this the only college that has this type of program in the United States?
So we're not the only college that has this type of program. There are actually a lot of facilities throughout the U.S. that offer automotive technical training programs.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of emphasis on the trades and the hands-on, work. So there is a lot of training facilities out there. But I think I have to say that St. Louis has one of the most state-of-the-art automotive technology training programs.
Yes. So I heard you moved a few months ago, right?
Yes. So we moved very recently, and where we were at prior to that was very small. It was in a basement of the college.
Yes.
And we couldn't even lift the cars up all the way because sometimes the cars would be too tall and hit the ceiling. So we have very high ceilings now, so that's not really an issue anymore.
And I will also walk around the new building that you see how big this actually is.
Yeah, so you can get an idea.
Yeah.
So, that's what we do out of this room. We do tool rental for the students, and it's centralized so they can have everything they need right here, and they're not looking for tools in different parts of the shop.
And is this the guard?
Yes, this is the tool guard. It's very important, very important work. He makes sure that all of the tools come back in a timely manner and clean and neat.
Or you will end like him, right?
That's right. He's an example. Yes. All right, so now we're in Automotive Lab 1, okay? Here in this lab, this is the first part of the 2-year program.
Yeah.
So here in the first year, the students will learn how to change tires, how to do oil changes, how to check fluids, alignments, how to do basic brake services and things like that. And the goal of that class, the way that we have the system set up, is so that after the first couple of classes that the students take, they already have the knowledge and the tools that they need to go out into the industry and get a job and start making money. And they can continue to learn and come to school, but at least they can already kind of get their foot in the door. So they learn the basic skills that they might need.
Yes.
So a lot of state-of-the-art equipment here. The racks, the in-ground racks, are rotary brand lifts. They're one of the fastest lifts in the industry.
Okay.
As you can see, we have in-ground lifts where the posts go into the ground.
Yes.
And over there we have a 2-post rack where it's actually above ground.
Yes.
On your left-hand side, we have alignment machines. We have 3 drive-on alignment racks, and those are Hunter Engineering brand, and that is state-of-the-art alignment technology. So Hunter does they do a lot of technology and build a lot of tools for the automotive industry, but they're very well known for their tire balancing, tire installation machines, and their alignment racks.
Awesome.
So
I love the smell, by the way. It smells oil and gas. I love it. It's like people know in Germany the motor world. Same smell. I could sleep here.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And another thing that's really incredible about our program is that we are very hands-on. A lot of times when you're teaching students and you're teaching young minds or people who are brand new to this, it can get a little bit chaotic and out of control. But that's something that we're not afraid of. We like to make sure that students are getting as hands-on as possible. If a student wants to work on their vehicle and they have a project they want to do, then we'll find a way to do it. We have students removing transmissions from cars, engines. Right now they're rebuilding engines. So that's something that we're very big on, is to be hands-on and to just be as real life as possible so that they're prepared when they're out in the industry.
That's super cool. And how is it with like studying? You also have like when your professors teach you, right? How does this work? Like how many times are you in the classroom, for example, and how many times are you here working hands-on?
So you will get hands-on every day. Basically the way they do it is the students come in at 8 in the morning and they do classroom time first. So they'll typically do about 1 to 2 hours worth of lecture, and then they come out into the shop and be hands-on. So what happens is they'll talk about a concept or a topic in class, and then they'll have a lab sheet so that they can come out into the shop and practice or kind of do what they just learned about. Right.
That's very cool. Thank you.
This is what a typical classroom will look like. We can go over here and show you just a little bit.
And so the working hands-on, that's also counted as student studying time, right?
Yes, that is 100% studying time.
Yes.
Because they're doing what they just learned about in the lecture that morning.
Look at this
Yep.
awesome classroom.
Oh yeah. So a lot of new technology in here as well, along with the new building. That camera up there will actually follow the instructor.
Yeah.
If they were to set it up so that they can do like an online lecture.
Yeah.
That camera will actually follow the instructor as they teach in the lab here or in the classroom.
I like that.
We have a lift here in the classroom as well. So if the instructor wants to show anything while they're in that lecture time, the group can just gather around over here and check it out in person and live.
Awesome. Just a fun question. Do you also need to clean?
Absolutely. So that is a big part of the discipline that we teach here. So just like when you're at home, you need to be clean. When you're at work, you have to be clean and organized. And that is something that is very important in automotive because of how dirty the environment can be with the grease and the oil and whatnot. So we do teach and emphasize that the work that's being done must be clean and orderly. And then we always put things back the way we found them or better.
Awesome. That shows how realistic this place is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So speaking of realistic, we're gonna go ahead into Lab 2 now.
Yeah.
And Lab 2 is the second year of the program for the second year students. And what they do is, after they've learned all of the fundamentals and the basic concepts, they start to learn more advanced concepts in the lecture time. But the majority of the second year is what's called field work. And field work is actually just pretty much like a real life shop simulation. So the second year students come in at 8 a.m. and they gather in the classroom for about 5 to 10 minutes to just talk about what's gonna happen that day. And then they come straight out to the shop and just get to work.
Wow.
And we do have customer vehicles. Our customers here, in this case, are faculty and staff members of the college network. So anybody who works at the college can have their vehicle serviced here for no labor cost. They would just have to pay for the cost of the parts.
Wow, awesome. And what's that car?
Yeah, so this is a really fun piece here. This is a 1941 Ford Super Deluxe. Classic car, 1941. And the college is involved in an event called the Great Race. So it's a cross-country rally-style race that happens every summer. And we have been sponsored by a few museums, by a couple of classic car museums. And they just basically, their motive is to keep young minds and students involved with classic car restoration. Because it is a dying art. A lot of people who have the knowledge to work on these vehicles are no longer around anymore. And we just want to make sure we could preserve this type of history and the knowledge that's needed to keep this going for many generations. So these museums have partnered up with the school. They've donated this vehicle to us. Now, we technically are borrowing it, but they give us the vehicle and we're able to participate in the race every summer. So the students will actually go, this year they're going from Springfield, Illinois, all the way to Los Angeles, California. So from one point of the country to the other, and they'll be driving this vehicle every day and just making their way across the country, making sure to hit their checkpoints and do their stop times, or hit their times.
I actually sit in this car before. When I came here, Chris, college coordinator, let me sit in the car.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a really fun car. If you like that one, come check out our 1972 Cougar over here. Mercury Cougar.
That's so cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a 1972, and we also use this vehicle to participate in the race. But this is a very fun car, very cool car. And again, just a piece of history. And the goal is to give access and to have a pathway for those students who are interested in the older technology to be able to practice and to learn and to just stay interested in what there is to know and to do with these cars.
I feel like if you have this gas in your blood, you just continue and like every part of it. I mean, what are some tell me 2 parts you don't like in your job, and tell me 2 parts you love here.
Okay, yeah. So I think 2 things that I like about my job is the first thing that I like about my job, especially here at the college,
yes,
and not just automotive, but at the college, it's just being able to interact with the young students and seeing the excitement that they have to learn this stuff. You know, seeing the excitement that they have to learn the technology and how these things work. And like I said, I graduated here in 2019.
Yes.
So I was just in their shoes, and I just want to give back to them now, just because so many people helped me learn. A lot of mentorship and a lot of deep connections with my instructor. So that's one thing I like about my job. The other thing I like about my job is this is a huge playground for me.
Yeah.
So everything I love is in this building, and we have all of the tools and all of the resources that we need to just be able to do these things, you know, take engines apart, put them back together, put them in the car, you know, we got the racks, we got the tools, we got, you know, the facility. Yeah. So it's fantastic. It's everything I need is in here. You know. I would say some of the challenges of the program and of this type of work is, you know, just being able to keep up with all of the students. Yeah. There's typically about 5 to 6 instructors or, you know, instructor figures here at the school. And there's probably, you know, closer to 30 to 40 students in the entire program. So that can be a huge challenge, but nonetheless, you know, one that we like to overcome. And then the other challenge, let me see, another thing that may make it a little bit difficult is, you know what, just the time. You know, there's just so much to teach and just not enough hours in the day. Yeah. You know, so we just try to condense as much of it, take the most important information and deliver it to them, and you know, the rest they'll just have to fill in the blanks as they go through their career.
Yes.
So
I got that. That sounds very interesting, and this gave us a lot of insights into the program. Is there anything we have missed so far?
Well, we haven't talked about the transmission lab yet. So we started with the engine lab on the other side of the building. Right now we're standing in the transmission lab. So here in this lab, the students learn about manual and automatic transmissions. Yeah. And they actually take the transmissions apart so they can look inside and see how they work. So it's automatic transmission can be a very complicated unit. Yeah. So this is definitely one of those things where it helps to be able to look and see and touch to truly understand how everything works.
This looks super complicated for me.
Yeah. So we have all of our training material. You know, they could see the diagrams and the blow-ups of the components. Yeah. And the class is not going on right now, but if you look behind us, we have an assortment of transmissions. And basically what the students do is they come over here, they pick the one they want to take apart, and they spend about 4 weeks taking it apart. Yep. So we have light-duty transmission. You know, we have automatic transmission from light-duty vehicles. We have manual transmissions. We have CVT transmissions. We have dual-clutch transmissions. We have heavy-duty semi-truck transmissions sitting up top there. We got transaxles, automatic and manual. We got 4x4 transfer cases over there. Yes. Just you know, anything driveline and powertrain related. So.
Yes, thank you. One more fun question: what's the worst car brand?
Worst car brand?
Most issues hard to fix.
Yeah, you put me in a tough spot there because I love all cars, but if I had to pick one. You know what? I think I'm just gonna have to get back to you on that. Oh, you know what?
I mean, actually, what I heard, this is just what I heard regarding to sports cars. I heard that McLaren has a lot of electronic issues.
I hear about that. Yep, I've heard about that. You know, the reason why it's so hard for me to answer that question is because everything has its own challenges. Yeah. You know, and it's like you can have the best car brand in the world, and you'll still find that some vehicles are harder to work on than others.
Would you agree that it is harder to fix a German car here in the United States compared to Japanese or United States
Absolutely.
cars? Yeah.
That's actually a huge thing. I'm bringing a lot of the German passion to this just because I brought it with me. But what I have found is that a lot of students and a lot of, you know, just a lot of people here in the U.S. Stay away from the German vehicles just because it's a lot of different concepts. Yeah. But ultimately it's just a vehicle, right?
Yeah.
So if you're a good technician, then you know, you just kind of figure it out and you roll with it. So
wow.
yeah, I would
so
say
cool.
that here in the U.S. there's less exposure to the German stuff, and it's more common to see the Japanese and domestic, you know, U.S. domestic brands.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So for people that don't know it, I also work for a charity organization. They are having a car collection and they are raising funds for kids with cancer. And that's also something I try to connect, for example, this college to this charity organization, because I feel there are a lot of similarities. This is just awesome. There's also a BMW.
Yep.
Is there anything else you want to cover or let us know?
Yeah, you know what I mean, just the biggest thing is that this is just an incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
Like I said, we just got this. This wasn't always here.
Yeah.
And to me, this is just a symbol of the city of St. Louis actually investing time and money into the future of our hands-on technicians, you know, and the trades. You know, not just this, but we've also put a lot of money into advanced manufacturing facility and one of our other campuses.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really good, and you feel the support from the city, you know, to have something like this and to have put the effort into making this so that we can continue to train and educate our future technicians. It's really important, and I think it's great. So
yeah, thank you so much for the tour.
Okay, no problem.
I also have to admit he had no preparation. He did this all right off. Yeah. So thank you so much for your time.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. That was very good.
Cool.
My GoPro is overheating.
Oh, wow.
Perfect.
All right. Yeah, surely you can edit some good things.
Yeah.
You don't want to do a test run? You don't want me to tell my one joke that I know?
Yeah, I will make the short introduction.
No, okay.
So.
That's fine. I didn't know any jokes anyway. So.
Yeah.